So if the pump is running and the pressure says 0, please turn off the hot water heater immediately. If you don't, the hot water heater will not have water in it, and you'll burn out the element and you won't have any hot water. And then turn off the pump. Chances are the pump has a problem, or there's a problem out in the lake. If you follow the pipe out to the lake, you'll find on the end of it, you'll find a foot valve. And the foot valve is going to be inside a filter contraption like that, which is inside a mitt. This mitt and contraption, what they do is they filter the water. They stop small stones and sand from coming into the cottage and clogging up the taps, the toilets, the dishwasher, etc. So most likely 95% of the problems are with this mitt, this filter. It gets dirty, and all you need to do is go out there, shake it up, and knock enough dirt off of it, and go up top, turn on the pump, and the thing will start sucking up water in about a minute or two. If that doesn't work, you can try priming it. I'll run another video on priming it. But the next possibility is probably something wrong with this foot valve. Something's stuck in here. So what you got to do is you got to cut the tie, and there will be a tie, easy tie or whatever you want to call it. There'll be there's spares of these in the garage, but there's one right around the neck. You cut that, you take that off, you take that off, you end up with this foot valve. What's inside the foot valve, on the end of the foot valve is a screw. You take that screw off and you end up with a thing that looks like this. What this does is it keeps the pressure at the pump all the time. And probably what's going on is you're going to find there'll be a little stone or something right inside there that's not allowing the pump to get its pressure. If you give it a couple of shakes like this, and you can probably put it all back together, and it might work. If that's not the problem, you can replace these foot valves. We've got spares in the garage. And then when you put it all back together, you will probably need to prime it. There will be spare mitts in the garage. There's a spare one of these, and we know we have these easy ties or tie wraps, whatever you call them, in the garage as well. I'll run another video on how to prime the pump. Thanks. So the reason why you're going to prime the pump is because you want to get water in this line, and you've already been out in the lake and you've figured out that that end is all good. So you need to get water in the line. The pump is going to be off, or it's going to be unplugged, because the pump otherwise will continually run. So hopefully you got it off already, and this meter will be reading 0. So to prime this thing, what you're going to do is you're going to turn this valve that way. That stops water from going into the tank. It also stops water from going back. You're going to open this bolt, and you can open that bolt, but first try it with just this bolt off. Take this bolt off, fill it with water. This thing needs to fill with water and hold steady. If the water keeps leaking out, the problem is back out in the lake. If this thing can hold water and be sitting steady, you can put the screw back in, and you can open this valve up and then either plug it back in or turn the fuse back on, whichever one you've done. The pump will start running. It takes about 5 minutes to fill this tank. It turns off when this guy gets up to close to 40. But if it's running and you've done some big changes, and you want to see if it's going to stop running, if you've done everything correctly, just turn this off momentarily and the pump should immediately stop. When you turn this off, you'll cause that 40-pound pressure to form in this line, and the pump should right away recognize it. If that doesn't turn off, there's still a problem, probably out in the lake.